YouTube, it's your boy FPL Cayman. I'm back here with a brand new video, and today I've got for you my Game Week 7 review as well as my Game Week 8 team selection, and we'll also get into an interesting section that I haven't done before. So yeah, let's dive in. As you guys can see, we had a fantastic game week. I had a big fat green arrow. I was previously 13k in the world. As you guys can see, it says old rank, and now we're all the way up to 8k. That's insane. Back to top 10k now. You know, finally a green arrow after 2 weeks of horrible red arrows. But let's get into it with Sanchez with 4-pointer, with Lewis with a 4-pointer. To be honest, if you believe it or not, Sanchez did not actually keep a clean sheet, but he had a bunch of saves versus Forest. That game was back and forth. There were so many shots taken. The keepers were eating. If Sanchez kept a clean sheet, he could have came up with a potentially 15-pointer. But it is what it is. I'm still happy with him. He's got 4 point in a toughish fixtures. Although I was expecting a clean sheet, but still pleased with him. Moving on to a defense, you got Lewis with 4 pointers. As I said, he had an assist. So I'm quite happy with him, but they didn't keep a clean sheet again. I'm disappointed with City's defense. I don't know what it is. Pep just can't keep clean sheets anymore, I guess. They've got really good centre backs, to be honest, and they've had easy fixtures up until now. But still, they're conceding goals for fun. But look, I got Lewis not for clean sheet, but for attacking returns, and he's finally got one. And he was actually my punt of the week, if you did watch my roundtable pod. So yeah, happy with Lewis moving forward. And then next we have Gabriel. These Arsenal defenders are absolute jokers now. All of a sudden, they can't keep a clean sheet. And they were keeping clean sheet versus Villa away, Tottenham away. Now they can't keep a clean sheet versus Southampton at home. It's ridiculous. Look, I'm still happy that they considered the fact that there's a lot of people that doubled up on them and they're still not getting any points. So I'm pleased with that. But overall, I do expect that Gabriel to get some sort of returns coming into the future, hopefully versus Bournemouth. So yeah, moving on. Hero of the week again, Konate. They said, why Konate? I guess now you know. He's got another clean sheet, and last week he had an attacking return. He's just been ticking along, and he's only 5.2. Well, he used to be 5.1 when I got him in. Now it's 5.2. He's about to be 5.3, and people have Trent. That's 7.1 now, and he's also got 8 points. Look, Kanata has been keeping up. He's also had more attacking returns than Trent. So I'm quite pleased to have a Liverpool defense who kept like 4 or 5 clean sheets already this season. So look, I'm really happy with my defense so far. Couple of good returns, and I hope to get more points in the future. Moving on to the midfield, we've got Semenyo with blanked, unfortunately, versus Leicester, but he did look good on the eye test, so I'm happy to keep him for now. But kind of disappointed though to not get a return versus Leicester. And then we've got Mbeumo. This guy is insane. I mean, Brentford again, they're scoring in the first 2 minutes of the game. I don't know what it is. It might be a routine that they're practicing now. But yeah, Mbeumo is eating, and we're all eating. Another 8-pointer. Really happy with him. He should have got more returns, to be honest. That game, they had like 5 goals. And Wolves are open. I mean, they were there for the taking. I was kind of shocked that he only got 8 points, to be honest. And that was a pen, actually. You had Pinnick, Collins, that scored headers. Ridiculous. Carvalho came off the bench and scored. Can't write it. So, happy with Mbeumo. He's keep getting returns every week. And then finally, the main man of the week, Saka, 16-pointer. And a lot of people have actually did captain him in terms of the people that are experts within the FPL community. So a couple of my friends actually, shout out to FPL Stark and Kanji FPL. They both captain him and they're eating, to be honest. I mean, their rank are probably, off the roof. So yeah, look, I did not captain him and I do not have regrets because I was never contemplating on whether to captain him or not. Although he had a good fixture on paper, I just thought that his ceiling wasn't high enough. So there's no regrets. Moving on with Rodgers who blank. Big disappointment, to be honest. I mean, United, they're horrible. I know it's my team. They're horrible. We somehow got away with the draw. But he should have got a return. He did look good on the eye test again, as he always does, right? So, yeah, you got Salah, who blanked again, unfortunately, man. Look, he doesn't look good right now. To be honest with you, he doesn't look good. But look, ultimately, I feel like he usually does have a slow start to begin the start of the season. But the fact that he also had like quite a few jammy returns and not being his best, look, there are signs of more good things to come, hopefully. And yeah, we'll see if I do keep him moving forward. But so far, he's currently on my plans. And then lastly, my differential of the week, Dilap, came with the 6-pointer, but still, he could have had more returns. If he wasn't for that Areola save, he could have had 2 goals, to be honest. He was on for like 2 bonus points, but Ipswich was just horrible, to be honest. They considered too many goals. They tried to play from the back, and then they ended up conceding like 4 or something goals to freaking West Ham, who's been horrible, to be honest. right? But still, the fact that people said it's a sideways move, X, Y, and Z, oh, there's a waste of a transfer, don't sell DCL. But what do you know, right? It planned out. So always go with your gut. So yeah, I'm quite happy with Dilap, and I do think moving forward is great fixtures. And now everyone's going to talk about him, as I said, and everyone is talking about him. And then finally, big disappointment of the week, you got Haaland. Blank. God damn. Yeah, I did not expect that. Fulham at home last season, he had a hat trick to blank at home. Unbelievable. But to be honest, at the same time, no KDB, no Rodri, it does make sense. But I feel like his team did also not look for him. I mean, look, it's on Pep again, to be honest. He didn't start freaking Savio and Doku. How are you going to break a low block down when they're playing 5 centre-backs? Fulham was playing 5 centre-backs. You can't break down a low block without fast wingers. It's not. It doesn't make sense. So Pep definitely needs to, change the system, do something so that Haaland does get more returns. So hopefully, in the future, he gets some more returns. But yeah, lastly, as I said, Wood, unfortunately, I did bench him for his brace. Not a brace, but 8-pointer. He almost could have had a brace, to be honest. So yeah, look, it is what it is. No regrets. I did think that on paper, Rodgers had a better fixture considering United's form. That's why I did bench Wood. But you can't have all the points. When you have a good squad, you're gonna have some points on the bench. It's a sign of good things to come, anyways. So yeah, overall, really happy with the squad. The fact that my captain blank and I still got a green arrow, that's massive. And it does show you that look, EO does matter when you're in the top 10k. So yeah, sometimes you do have to play the EO, but I also at the same time I thought the Haaland had a big upside. So yeah, overall I'm happy. We're in the top 10k, so let's keep it pushing, right? Let's go. Now moving on to the next section, we'll be doing my team selection for game week 8. As you guys can see, I'm lining up with Sanchez at the back, who's got Liverpool away. Look, I don't think there will be a clean sheet in that game. It could be quite high scoring in my opinion. Maybe a 3-2, maybe a Liverpool win. It's at Anfield, to be honest, so I'm giving them an edge. But you never know, right? Enzo can pull out something and all of a sudden, they could get a win at Anfield. It's not something that we haven't seen this season. I mean, Forest did get a result. So, yeah, I'm not expecting a clean sheet, as I said. Hopefully some save points because Liverpool will take lots of shots. So let's hope for another cheeky 4-pointer. And then moving on to my back line with Gabriel, Bournemouth away. Let's hope finally he gets a bullet header. And maybe clean sheet is all because I don't want him to keep blanking. He does cost quite a bit in my team, to be honest. Moving on, we've got Lewis, who's got Wolves away. God damn, I don't expect a clean sheet. I'll tell you right now, City's going to concede. I just hope that he gets an attacking return. He looked really good versus Fulham. I mean, he had an assist. So I'm hoping for another goal or an assist. Let's hope so, right? And then lastly, we've got Konate, Chelsea at home, right? I think, again, I don't even think they keep clean sheets because Chelsea have so many attackers. But at the same time, you never know, Konate, bullet header could be coming, right? So same thing as Gabriel and Konate. My trump card is that they're going to be on set pieces and they might be getting something of those set pieces, right? So, and Trent does give beautiful crosses. So let's hope Trent assist and Konate go. Let's get it. And then moving on to our midfield, we've got the Santa Salah, the Egyptian king, all right? The man who's been in the hot topic in the FPL community. A lot of people are talking about selling him. I did a whole thread talking about why people are overlooking him on X. If you want to check it out, make sure you check out our FPL Cayman. But I basically went down in depth and talked about how he usually does have a slow start. And he does pick up form around the October, November time. And that's his trend normally, right? He picks up form around this time. So I'm hoping that, look, although he hasn't looked good on the eye test so far, he's still got the returns. And I'm hoping that he's going to pick up also the form and so that he will look both good on the eye test as well as get those attacking returns. There's another thing to note is the fact that they do have a difficult fixture in the Europe. They play Real Madrid, RB Leipzig, and I think they play Bayer Leverkusen, which are quite tough fixtures, to be honest. But I feel like Salah is such a big game player that you can trust him to perform and also maintain that fitness. And I think when he plays those tougher fixtures, it's going to breed form in out of him, right? You can't play horrible against those teams and then you might potentially get benched. So because of that, I do think Salah is going to pick up form and those fixtures will breed form for him, in my opinion. And he's always been a big game player, right? So if you look at the Premier League fixture, he's got Chelsea, he's got Arsenal, and then he's got beautiful fixtures with Brighton and Villa. These are very, very Salah good fixtures, because Brighton does play high line, Villa does play high line, and Saka could definitely make runs in behind and exploit that back line for sure. So look, I do want to keep him and potentially look to captain him around game week 10, which would be a bit of a differential cap because most people are selling him and most people are going to be on Haaland cap. So there are opportunities to look for where I can go against Haaland, and who else better to trust to go against Haaland than the King Salah, right? So that's why I'm planning to keep him. And I do recommend that if you have him, not to sell him right now because Chelsea is not a tough fixture. It could be an open game and there's definitely, potential for returns. But enough talk about Salah. Let's move on to Saka. Now, Saka is an interesting pick. I did pick him, but it wasn't going to be a season hot pick for me. Look, he's done, he's done okay for me. I mean, when I bought him in, he blanked, I think, and then now he's got like a 16 pointer. Now people are talking about keeping him for the season. I don't think he's a season keep. As much as he's delivered versus Southampton, I don't think he's gonna deliver like that in the tougher fixtures like City versus or Liverpool or Chelsea's. I think he might get assists and whatnot. He might take it long, but I don't think there is a hole in those big games considering his fixture turn after Bournemouth. He does play Liverpool and he does play Newcastle and Chelsea. So in those fixtures, I want to avoid him. Potentially, I might go back to him in game week 12 when the fixture turn, but I'm not too sure because there is one man in my plans, and that is called Palmer, and I'll get into that in the next section in the transfer plans. But yeah, so Saka's got a Bournemouth away, and he's also reported to be injured, so there's a bit of doubt about him. But I do feel like that he will potentially play because Saka's always limping. There hasn't any reports come out whether he's going to be playing or not, and I don't expect anything to come out. But for now, I'm planning to keep him unless we hear some leaks that he's not going to play or start, and then it might be a different plans, which I'll get into the next section. But for now, I'm looking to keep him and play him versus Bournemouth, and then potentially ship him next week. And then moving on to the next midfielder, we have Mbeumo, Manchester United away. I don't think it's a tough fixture. I don't rate our defense. Call me pessimistic. Could call me whatever you want. I don't trust our defense. As much as we kept 4 clean sheets, I still think that Brentford has a chance to score against us. And if there's anyone that's going to score against us, it's going to be Mbeumo. And another important to note, Wissa is back. He's back in training, so he may potentially get some minutes versus United. That's even better for Mbeumo because he gets to play in his natural position and create as well as score goals as well from the wing. Lastly, we've got Rodgers, Fulham away. Bit of a tough fixture to be honest with you, but Semenyo has Arsenal at home, so I'd rather play Rodgers. So listen, Fulham, as much as they've been impressive against the, let's say, unlike if they were to like the way they blind up against City, I don't think they will do the versus Villa. I don't think they'll show them that much respect. They'll think that they might be better than them and they'll be able to beat them. Hence, they might not play 5 centre back. So in that sense, if it's a more of an open game, I hope it is that there is a high scoring and potentially gets to one of those returns, the likes of assist or goal, something like that. So yeah, look, that's one. I guess you can call it a weakness, but not really a weakness in my team. And that's what you get with having 3 premium like Salah, Saka, Haaland. It is what it is. You're gonna have one weakness within your team. But yeah, the rest looks good. My midfield, I love my midfield to be honest. Saka, Salah, and Mbeumo. My goodness, insane, right? So yeah, that covers the midfield. I think my midfield looks fantastic to be honest. We've got Salah, Saka, and Mbeumo Rodgers. I mean, that sounds amazing. And now finally, let's move on to our forwards. We've got the Earl of Norway, your boy, Erling Haaland, the robot, the goal-scoring machine. Look, Wolves away, they've been horrible. They considered 5 to freaking Brentford. What do you think City is going to do? I'm even considering Foden, to be honest. I might want to double up on the attack. So look, there might be lots of goals in that game. But historically speaking, City does normally tend to struggle versus Wolves away, right? But I don't think it will be the case this season, considering how poor they've been defensively. And look, when I saw Brentford get scoring those headers, Pinnock and Collins, and 5 guys were there, and none of them were marking him, I was just licking my lips saying, yes, Haaland captain next week, and he's definitely going to get a brace. So yeah, Haaland, automatic cap. If you have him, definitely captain him. Don't look anywhere else. And then we have the big differential of my team is the guy himself that people told me not to get, is Liam Delap, who's got Everton at home, and that is the fixture to target. And that is one of the reasons why I got him in, because I think Brantford is still not back, Mikalenko is still not back, although there are some reports that they're in the training right now, but I don't think they'll be ready immediately to start. They may not start, they might come off the bench. I hope they come off the bench, to be honest. That way Delap gets, 1 or 2 goals. So yeah, that's my big differential. Let's hope he gets another return and prove the haters wrong, right? Lastly, we have Chris Wood. I sold him in game week 3 and I regret it. I benched him in game week 7 and I regret it. And I do not want to regret it anymore. I want to play this man every single week. I don't want to bench him. I don't want to care about fixtures. I want to play him. He's keep on ticking along. He's scoring every other week. It doesn't matter the fixture. That man is becoming fixture proof. It's unbelievable to say. Like he scored against Chelsea. So yeah, Palace at home. They haven't even looked that good this season, to be honest. So I'm expecting big returns from Wood. Although there's news that there are some rumors and some news that I've seen that Morgan Gibbs is out. That might reduce his some sort of attacking returns. But I still think that they'll be able to beat Palace. If not, for him to at least get a return. Moving on to the bench, we've got Fabianski, who's my backup goalkeeper, Tottenham away. I don't think he's really going to play, so it is what it is. And then we've got Semenyo, Arsenal at home, and that is the reason why he's benched, because I do think Arsenal's going to keep a clean sheet. They always, play better away and do keep clean sheets. So that is why he's benched and Rodgers starting out of him. And then we got Greaves, we've got Everton at home, and we've got Mikalenko Ipswich away. I don't think they start ahead of any of my defenders. As you guys can see, I'm stacked in the back line. So yeah, let's move on to my potential transfer plans for game week 8. So as you guys can see, for game week 8, there might be a potential transfer that I may make if Saka is confirmed to be out come game week 8 deadline, and that would be Saka to Foden. However, this move does concern me though, because I'm not so sure about Foden's minutes. He's a big punt this week for those who are going there, and I don't mind that, to be honest, if De Bruyne is confirmed to be out, because then obviously his minutes increases. However, when De Bruyne is back, I'm not sure if he's going to start every single game, considering the position and the system that Pep is playing this season, where he's got Kovacic, Gundogan, and De Bruyne playing the 10 role. Now, the problem is wing position. I don't think Foden even starts on the wing side, because you've got Bernardo, you've got Savio, you've got Doku, and you've got Grealish. There's too much competition there. So there may be those odd benching. So I'm not too keen on in regards to his minutes. But at the same time, Southampton and Wolves in the next two, and then Brighton, it's too good to pass, to be honest. Now, if Saka is playing, I'm not going to go there. And then next week we'll reassess, depending on how Foden looks. And if he does get, 90 minutes, and we'll get more information, obviously, on when KDB will be back. And lastly, we can also see how good Palmer looks, because potentially Palmer could be in the cards from Saka to Palmer, as I said in my last game week video, right? So yeah, so far if I do this move, it will lock me out of not being able to get Palmer to game week 12, and I'm not so happy about that, to be honest, because I do want Palmer really, really badly, because I think he's very, very explosive come his fixture in game week 9 versus Newcastle and then United away in game week 10. So look, my plans are at the moment is either to get Foden or Palmer. To be honest, I'm not sure at the moment, but the injury of Saka could force my hands and make me get Foden. But we will see. Time will tell. But as you guys can see, I have one free transfer banked, and I've got a value of 0.4 million in the bank as well. And I have a squad value of 101.8 million. So yeah, let's move on to the next section, which will be the worst defense in the league and which teams you can target to make sure that you get, huge FPL returns. As you guys can see, we've got Everton, Ipswich, Leicester, Southampton, West Ham, and Wolves with the worst defense in the league. If I was to rank them, it will be Southampton, Ipswich, Everton, West Ham. Actually, I'll put Wolves ahead of West Ham. I'll have Wolves, West Ham, and Leicester, to be honest. I mean, look, these are the fixtures you need to target with the players that you're going to bring in your team. For example, I bought in Delap, who played West Ham, got a return, and then he's going to play Everton, and then he plays Leicester. So this is the plan that I have made. And I've also got Wood, who plays versus Palace this week, and then he plays against Leicester, and he's got West Ham coming up soon as well. So look, these are the fixtures I'm looking to target, because I do think this team are compromised in terms of defense, and you should look to target them too. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know if this was helpful. If so, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and tune in for more videos as well as my deadline stream. And make sure to check out the Roundtable podcast. And big shout out to FPL Goat for sharing these graphics, which is these fixtures on X. I'll leave his X account details below. So yeah, peace out.